Good morning. Coffee Props here. Glad you're with us. We're going to be talking to Jonas from Brazil, and we're going to be discussing the typical life, a day in the life of a Brazilian coffee farmer. A spoonful of colors. Shout out to you for being the first to join us today. Glad you're here. If you would like to share with us where you're from, ask us any questions you have. Joseph, how you doing? Good for you. And glad you're here. Glad you all are here. This is fun. Kim and I are enjoying talking with various guests that we have on the show. And we're all about helping coffee shop owners and roasters and craft beverage company owners create a sustainable organization, company that they love to be a part of, love to work in. UWI 28, hello from Indonesia. Indonesia, great. Yeah, you're fine, great, good. Must be that everyone has had their coffee already, huh? Tell us what you're drinking. I'm having some Nicaragua from Atlas Coffee. We have a subscription that we're trying out there, and I love what we get when we subscribe and what we get in the mail, because they let me get Jonas on here. Yeah, Atlas Coffee. We are trying them out. Love their coffee. Great stuff. So shout out for them. Happy that you're all joining us here. Let me get Kim on here too. And there's Jonas. How you doing, sir?
Fine, and you?
I'm great. Kim is joining us here soon, I think. There she is.
Hi.
There's Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Morning, all. Good morning.
What are you
Good
drinking?
morning.
Everybody.
What are you drinking, Jonas?
A natural bean from one of the farms that I advisor.
Well, okay. Well, you're drinking your own stuff. That's good.
Yeah.
Hello, Aprian Saye 3213. Glad you guys are with us. Jonas. Hi, Kim. How are you?
Good morning. I like your outside venue there. You're out in your garden?
Out in the backyard, yeah. This on the deck.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful
Nice.
morning, and we take everything we can get in Ohio. And
Oh, yeah.
we try to get as much sun in as we can, because we only have 40 days in Ohio like this. So, okay, another person, Aprian Saye 3213 from Indonesia too. We got a lot of Indonesians.
Yeah, everybody's up late.
Oh.
Wow. Thanks
Great.
for joining us so late, everybody.
Probably drinking a lot of coffee to stay up.
Yeah.
Well, what are you supposed to drink at night? Is it
Coffee.
espresso in the morning and cappuccino at night? Jonas, you can help us with that, right? Isn't it like you can drink coffee all day? It's just like you drink different types of coffee throughout the day.
Yeah, coffee actually did not take my sleep. I could drink a lot of coffee and I stay with a lot of, I can say that, I forgot the word. I still have my time to sleep, I do not lose. So I usually drink a natural on the morning, espresso, to wake up.
Yes.
And then during the day, I drink brewed coffee and Vic 60s, sometimes French press. And at night, I usually drink until 8 p.m. as my last coffee. And then I have my dinner, and then it's finished.
No coffee after dinner.
Yeah, no coffee after dinner. Just sometimes a tea or something like that.
I think it's a total American thing to drink coffee after dinner. I think it's it's a total U.S. thing. Nobody else does it. Nobody else drinks coffee at 10 o'clock at night. But anyway, all right.
Let us know if you let us know if you do drink coffee after dinner, and let's prove Kim wrong.
Okay.
So Beth,
Okay, so we could
Beth's
just,
from
hey, in
Ethiopia.
Indonesia, do
Hi,
you
Beth.
guys drink coffee after dinner? We can ask that question to all of our worldwide friends here.
That's
Who
right.
out there drinks coffee after dinner? I know I can't. I'd be up all night. But
Well,
anyway.
You know, once I saw in a TV show, they drink a particular kind of coffee, the way they brew, and they put a kind of charcoal inside the cup of coffee. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I've heard
No.
of that.
Yeah, a very like they boil the charcoal inside the. It's a glass of coffee. It's not like a mug or things like. But it's very usual. And I saw like young people at the night, like kind of bars or clubs. They are drinking this kind of coffee with a charcoal that is boil the coffee inside the glass.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Indonesia said they're drinking cold brew. So yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's
Arabica
all
blend.
good.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Oh, so Jonas,
Oh,
did you finish? It looks like you finished your coffee shop, your bar there.
Yeah, it's almost finished. Just a small touch that I need to finish. I'm waiting some stuff that I bought and is not read come to the mail.
Mm-hmm.
And this wall, I gonna paint it in something like blue color because I waiting for the guys to put my wallpaper
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in the back to decide what kind of color I use here, and but it's almost finished.
Yeah, it looks great.
And me and my wife did all the furniture, and was very nice too. And it was first time, but it's really good to sometimes we saw things that we should do, but we are not know that yet.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a nice
So
learning
it's
experience.
so incredible the capacity that we have, and we still keep it inside of us. So we did everything, and it was very cool to build something. And I waiting for the guy that was fixing my stereo. I have a very vintage stereo. I love records and stereos, like old wood stuff.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes, but it's hard to find all the pieces to put the equipment to work again. So
Mm-hmm.
as that is finished, I will build the furniture to put the stereo and my records, and then it's finished.
Awesome. Congratulations.
nice, nice. And those who don't know it, um, Jonas is an accomplished saxophone player. So if you're not, you're going to need to have a saxophone stand right beside your coffee.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jonas, we want to take a few minutes here and ask you, what is it like to be a coffee farmer? What is the typical day in the life of a farmer in Brazil? Like, do they get up
Uh,
early?
uh, Yeah, very early. Like some farmers that I work, they wake up like 4 a.m. every day, so they could have their coffee. And then, as soon as the sunlight rises, he goes to the or she goes to the fields and start to doing labor. But this is because during the hot days in tropical countries, it's really hard to work after 4 p.m. because it's really hot. So they need to start very early in order to use all the day, the lighting hours of the day to work. So usually they wake up early, and then each season has a different kind of job. For example, now we are in the harvest season in Brazil. Let me say about 30 to 40% of the coffee in average in the whole country was already harvested. And in the morning, the coffee farmer wake up. If they're depending of the size of the coffee farm, some farmers work in the harvest, picking the beans, but some farmers just work as an like a kind of manager, and they are coming pickers from other states or other cities, And then the farmers go to the fields, check if they having water, the equipment for work, if they are doing their job properly, and they needed to go to the city to get some fuel. So the farmer, some farmers working like that, like a manager during all the harvest season. Because some farmers, like the big one that I work with, have 300,000 coffee trees. During the harvest season, we host about that people that came to live in the farm for about 90 days. They stay there about that. We have about this year 35 people that came to the farm. So we have to arrange everything, the houses, the fridges, the ovens, everything. We put the furniture on the house because each family have different needs. So they stay there. So the farmer in this case work as a manager too, because they have to check if like a small hotel is working well, if everyone have everything they need. So this is during the harvest season. So during after the harvesting, that will finish this year about maybe September or August, because until now we have no rains during the harvest season, which is good because we could the pickers could work every day, and the sun dry the coffee in order to take the coffee out from the patios, the yards, and put new coffee to dry. So maybe in August we finish all the harvest in Brazil, and then they start to plan the fertilization season. For example, now I received all the results for the soil from the farmers that I asked them to do the analysis now. So it's something like that. It's like
lots of good data.
yeah, like a blood sample. So there is a lot of things that I study in the soil to understand what a kind of fertilizer they will need. So after I send to them the quantities, what a kind of inputs they need to use in the fields, no matter if organic or industrialized fertilizer. Mm-hmm. They need to go after and find where to buy that, because in the different from things that we usually buy that is easy, like if I need a new shoe, I go to the store or order it on the internet and it's fine, I get it. But in the field it's different. Sometimes we don't find things that we need, because sometimes I need, in farmers, we need like 35, 40 tons of some products, some fertilizers, some manure. So the farmers sometimes take months to find some supplier to buy this stuff. So it takes sometimes 1 or 2 months to find what they need, the product that they need, because these things we can't buy on the internet. So they have to go to do a lot of calls. And then in the September, October is the flowering season. And then the farmers start to go to the fields to see how big will be the next season, the next harvest. So in September, October, as soon as the rain back, the coffee start to blossom, and the farmer start to have an idea if they will have a good harvest in June, July of 2023. So it's the first time he see if they will have a good or a bad season. And then during the rain season, in tropical countries, usually rains a lot. So it's a lot of weeding labor, to take off of this weeding, like people having their small gardens, but is in a huge area that we have to take care, because the weed compete with the coffee for nutrients and water. The same thing that people have in their garden. If the weed take all the control, we can't grow anything, no matter flowers or fruits. So the farmers during the rain season, like every 7 days or even 15 days, they needed to trim everything
Mm-hmm.
and take everything from the ground, just leave it to the coffee to prosper. And then finally in January, February, they start to see if the season that he saw in September by the blossom will be good, real good in June, July, because between this time we have to the field have to experience good rains, good temperatures, no plague and disease attacks, and then all the flowering will turn to berries in about February, March. It's when we realize the season will be really good or not.
When a farmer is done for the day, what kind of nightlife? What do they do to unwind when they're done working? They just go home and collapse, or are there different activities that farmers get involved in?
Yeah, usually farmers participate in a lot of associations and groups and cooperatives and with neighbors. So some months of the year they do like a regional, like a kind of carnival. I don't know the word exactly. Like like regional parties that they do with the neighbors or with the members of the community. But usually farmers work 7 days a week, every day. So I do never saw a farmer that take vacation for more than 5 days in a row. Because it's really hard to live. I always said to people that drink coffee that in the fields, no matter if you grow coffee, corn, or each kind of crop, I can't close the doors and turn off the lights and say, okay, stay there, and I will turn to you again on the Monday. So this is not happens in field. So every day the farmer have to go and check if the things are going right, because if he lost something on the field means he lost profit, so they can't pay for their family expenses or the field expenses. So it's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during the day, do they take breaks? Like, is there a siesta time, or what? How do they break their day up?
Yeah, usually in Brazil, people lunch at 12 p.m. and but the farmers usually lunch on 11 a.m. So 1 hour before, because they wake up very early. So
That's
it's
right. I
the
was going to
first,
say.
yeah. And they work a lot, so they need a lot of food. In Brazil, usually lunch is the biggest meal that we do in Brazil. So some people in the breakfast sometimes just drink a cup of coffee, is the whole breakfast. And then during the day they eat something, and then the lunch is the biggest meal at all. And then the farmer have a big meal to put all the energy back onto the body. And then they usually work until the end of the day, which is about 4 p.m. But they all usually take small breaks, like 15 minutes, to drink coffee. In Brazil, it's very common to people drink coffee all the day. So in the field, they can't have an espresso or brew something, but they take the thermos there. So
Mm-hmm.
farmers, pickers, everyone that work on the field usually have a bag with a thermos, with them to drink coffee all the day. So this 50 minutes break, it's happens like 5 or 6 times a day during the day, you know, just to take a sip and relax a little bit and get back to work.
It's very interesting, and everybody who's watching this video, whether you're a coffee shop owner or just a coffee lover, to appreciate the work that farmers go through. I didn't realize they worked as much as they did. So Joseph said 12 times he's visited Brazil, and he loves Brazilian coffee. Maybe you should connect with him.
Yeah.
Well, Jonas, thank you for sharing a little bit more into the life of a coffee farmer. This has been very interesting. I can only imagine what it's like to come around 11 o'clock and I pull out, what do they eat? Peanut butter and jelly? Yeah, Beth says there should be a Farms Recognition Day. That's awesome. That would be great. Wouldn't that be great? Well, hey, thank you very much for spending some time with us. And those of you who have joined us, thank you for joining us. We're here just about every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. And once a month, we bring Jonas on to give us some insight from the perspective of the farm and what the farmers go through. So glad you're here. Kim, do you have any final thoughts? You want to talk about brewing up?
Yeah, I'm excited. So, Jonas, yeah, thanks so much for the insight into the farm. I think, you know, Scott and I need to come down and maybe work the farm one of these days. I think that would be an interesting road trip. Yeah, and we're looking forward to launching our brewing up sessions with coffee roasters, coffee shops. Scott and I have been working to bring you these sessions every Tuesday, and we're offering coffee shop owners and coffee roasters the opportunity to dive a bit deeper into analyzing their strategy and looking at their cash flow by joining us in a 6-week program. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about working more closely with Scott and I on growing your coffee shop, coffee roasting business, reach out, DM Scott at Coffee Props or me, Kim, at Kim Logston Financial Consulting, and we'll look forward to giving you some information and insight as to what we have in store in Brewing Up.
That's right, brewing up your business. We want you to keep a sustainable business, and we recognize not all of you can afford a full-time consultant. So we're trying to create something that you can afford and get some real help. Jonas, thanks again. Kim, good to see you.
Cheers, everybody. Stay caffeinated.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.